Happy Thanksgiving, 9 a.m. on November 23rd, 2023, Thanksgiving Day, as celebrated in the United States of America, otherwise known as America. Is that a valid way to pronounce it? America? So I've got audio confirmation. I just got so many things in my head for today, and forgot to go to that one yesterday. I see a little glitchiness in the video already. I'm using the slim version of Big Beast build. Can you call it Big Beast if it's slim? The slender version. Since yesterday went so well with the thin, the fresh XSplit presentation, after having reinstalled the display driver, I figured I'd come back and try the big presentation, and it's really bad. So that makes me think maybe there is the problem with that display presentation. Now I'm going to switch to, oh, that's going to cause a complication, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I'm going to hold off on switching to the new presentation because I have this keyboard camera ready to show turning this computer on. A couple days ago, I showed trying to turn this computer on, and it looked like the storage drive was damaged. It was not. I did a Control-Alt-Delete, and it booted right up. And by the way, without fixing the date and time in BIOS. When I got into Windows, I plugged in the Ethernet cable, let Windows do the update to date and time, and that fixed the date and time in BIOS. So it's really herky-jerky, I know that. Switching to the keyboard camera, see if it will switch. This is seriously herky-jerky. So there's that screen. I'm pressing the power button on the computer. And after you see that computer start up, then I'll switch to the new presentation in XSplit, which should be showing okay. There we've got, there's the CPU fan error, press F1 to run setup. I think if I just do a Control-Alt-Delete here, let's see if it launches Windows. This is that computer that caught fire. The graphics card caught on fire inside the computer while in possession of my daughter and grandson. So that didn't get it. Pressing F1, that'll get in setup, and I'll just go do a restart right away. You'll be able to see in the top left corner, the date and time is correct. The upper right corner is the build date. That's not the date and time stamp. That's when the computer was last, well, it's not when it was, yeah, that is when it was built by the manufacturer. Digital Storm Online, it's called. So then I'll go down to the F8 button in the bottom right corner. It shows boot menu F8, and I'll choose the Samsung. Well, Windows Boot Manager should do it too, right? So I shouldn't even have to select which one I want to boot on. Now it's going straight into Windows without any F1 message. And there's Braden's name, no password, so it'll go right to the desktop. Now, my daughter and grandson are coming over this afternoon for Thanksgiving, actually dinner around 5 p.m. Pacific time. And I'll have him try his games while the computer is here, and then make the decision whether it's ready to go back to him or whether we want to install a dedicated graphics card. Now, come back to my camera, and it was a slow click. I clicked on the camera and it was slow to come up. I'm clicking on File, and it took a while for the presentation menu to come up. I'm choosing Load Presentation. No, I don't want to save changes to the current presentation, and then I'll open the new XSplit presentation and see how that performs through the rest of the show. We should be, if it's like it was yesterday, see here we got it's even a better coloring of the camera. Don't have any herky-jerky, and we'll see how that goes through the rest. So that if that works well, then my next idea is to go back to the original bloated big beast build and uninstall the graphic, use the DDU uninstaller to uninstall the graphics driver, because I'm suspicious about that, because the NVIDIA graphics driver that I was currently using in the bloated big beast build is the one that was present when this computer was still Windows 10. I upgraded to Windows 11, and I have not uninstalled and reinstalled the graphics driver. I have updated the graphics driver. I know that it's current, but fully uninstalled. I'll uninstall first using the NVIDIA, then use the DDU uninstaller. And then when I reinstall the graphics driver, this NVIDIA driver has a choice of choosing to optimize for gaming or for content creation. I'll choose content creation because that's the thing that's that's not working well right now. And then I'll also start with a new presentation in XSplit. So that's two things, and I think they're both involved. And that's when troubleshooting is really difficult, is when you have more than one problem underlying your symptoms. Next, I'm going to go to an email I received from Josh Kinder. Here's his email. With my backup, when it goes to verify my image, this is what it said. Can you please help me fix it? I don't know how to do it on Saturday or your Windows Daily Show. Please, thank you. So here's the picture. Now he says this is what he sees when it goes to verify the image. When you're doing an image backup, it'll back up each of the partitions that you're backing up if you're doing an image backup of the entire drive. And then it'll do the verify image, but then there's another step. And that's what Josh doesn't realize is happening here. Here's his photo. Up here at the very top, we see nothing to delete. Retain 10 incremental backups. So that means his backup is, his configuration is to keep 10 incremental backups. The oldest incremental may be consolidated. But then in red letters, after it starts to try to run the deletion rules for what are we going to delete now that we've just done a fresh backup. In red, it says incremental retention rules will not be run if backup files are split. This can be caused by a setting of maximum file size. So that's one possibility, that Josh might have a setting for maximum file size for his backup files. I don't think that's what's going on. Or if the destination file, what is it? What does it say? I don't see the whole thing here. So I did a Google search, typing in this entire message in red, all of it that I can see here. And it is over here on this tab. Incremental consolidation requires that individual image files are not split. Splits can occur if you set a maximum file size or if the backup target file system is FAT32. I'm suspecting that the backup drive that Josh is backing up to is FAT32 and it needs to be reformatted as NTFS. So let's bring up the File Explorer and show a little bit about that. So if I take my external backup, do I have an external? No, I don't have an external drive, but I do have this L drive, which is a spinning drive. I can go to properties of that. That's not really what I wanted to do. What I want to do is go to reformat. Right click and choose format. I'm not actually going to reformat this drive, of course. Where did that pop up? Oh, here it is. And then we want to select file system. We want file system to be NTFS. I suspect that Josh's backup drive is a FAT file system. Either that or he's got his Macrim Reflect configured to limit the size of the files. Now, Josh, we can do that on Saturday, can connect remotely to your computer unless you're aware of how to do that. Then you could go ahead and do it on your own or with the help of the Zoom homies, whichever way you'd like to go on that. Now, I have some other things lined up here to talk about, but let's go look at chat. Here's the chat room. pop out. I haven't seen any video glitching since I changed to the new XSplit presentation. Zoom in here a bit. I don't have any shows to redirect to unless somebody informs me of something. Ken Stout says some good songs on that one as well. He's referring to the trailer that played before the show. Oh, I had a weird thing happen yesterday. Weird thing happened on my way to the forum, to the grocery store. No, it was after the show was over yesterday. Oh, and it redirected to Ken's show. I watched Ken's show, and then I hit the back button on my browser. After Ken's premiere finished yesterday, I hit the back button on my browser. It went back and played the trailer from yesterday, even though my live show was completely finished. That was weird. So since I don't have any redirects set up today, for those of you who did watch the trailer, who opened your tab to my live show today, and you watched the trailer, or at least it was there, you could zoom through it if you wanted to. But as long as your tab did experience playing that trailer, when my live show ends today, try your back button. See if it replays the trailer for you. Now, if you've done a refresh, it's not going to work. Don't refresh your browser during the show. If you've done a refresh since the trailer played, I don't think you'll get this glitch. I'm going to call it a glitch because trailers aren't supposed to play after the show has started. They typically won't play even if you come to the tab just less than a minute before the show starts. So that was a weird thing. 87, the year I graduated. 87. Oh, the trailer got up to 1987 in the songs that it was playing. Lawn Dog says, Doug, you put a lot of effort into this into this intro. No. Lawn Dog thinks I went and found all of the top chart songs on the top of the charts for each of those months, recorded a piece of them and put in the title. And so, no, that was somebody else's video. And if you go into your YouTube history, you can actually get to my uploaded version of that video, the description in that video, or maybe the end card. I don't know if I did that, if I've been doing that on the first one anyway. It gives the link to the, I think, hour and a half long show that has all of the songs through that whole period. So that's the easiest trailer that I've had, because I just go in and when I go into Adobe Premiere Pro, it's got that whole long video in it. I just stretch the end out, put a cut point, delete the first part, move that over, and publish. It's the easiest trailer I've ever done. Brian Lightfoot, come on, let's turkey trot. Let's see, I need to zoom this in a little bit. Let's turkey trot. Let's get it while it's hot. This dance is really fine. It shouldn't take much time. My grandmother taught this dance to me. She did it at the turn of the Name This Song. Oh, that's lyrics from a song. And you didn't even dip into your punk rock selection of videos. Alice, really good selection of songs. Hello all. Dennis missed 1984 and 85. Those trailers are unpublished, so I don't really have a way for you to get back to them. I can put in a link for the whole series of them. Well, let's go back here and see if I can. Let's see if I go to youtube.com. Actually, I didn't need to do that. Well, yeah, I need to be on YouTube and go look at my history. I go look at my play history and then go to that trailer. It should show up. Yeah, here's that trailer. So any of you can go into your history and actually get to the actual trailer, the trailer that I actually uploaded. I'm going here to see if, yeah, see, I didn't go back, and after the upload, I'd have to go back and edit the description in order to put the link. The end card, is the end card still here? Yes, isn't it? No, it's not. The end card's not there. That's just the video. On the first one, I had an end card here. So let's do this. Since the question came up, I'll come over here to videos. And if I go put in a link on the first one, I think it was this one. Yeah, that was Beat Saber. That's Beat Saber. Here's the first trailer. So then I'll do a shareable link, copy to the clipboard, then come to chat. And first trailer with top songs has a link in description for the full video with all songs. There. And it also has an end card. And at the end of the video, you can click on to get to that original, the original creator that put all this together, who did all the effort. Rest in peace, Whitney Houston. Did all that. Little Ava, that's Ken's guess as to where those lyrics came from. The winner is Doug Stout, meaning Ken got it correct. Brian Lightfoot giving us a link to that. Little Ava, where you'll find those lyrics, no doubt. Selden Ball, hello. Brian Lightfoot, happy Thanksgiving. Tim Sowell, happy Thanksgiving. Gotta scroll back up to where I was. Wow, is there that much chat going on? Brian Lightfoot gives us, is that Hebrew maybe? I don't know. You guys, those that like Kent Rollins, you got to see yesterday's video, some videos with a special guest. He's working 1 million views in less than 24 hours. I never heard of Uncle Roger. Is RA at you guys? Got to go look it up. Here's another link given to us by, oh, Uncle Roger comes to the wagon. Whatever that was about, I don't think I'm quite realizing that. Great, Max is back. Hello, everyone. Happy Max. Oh, Max Headroom back? Or we get, no, that was 901 at the Herky Jerky video experience. Mike Wojcik, is it just me or done bouncing around really bad? A lot of video, kind of steadied out. Boy, I can't, there's a whole bunch. I'm going to scroll through this. CPU fan thermostatically controlled. Where was he seeing a CPU fan? Doug, I don't think doing a Microsoft update will update time in BIOS. Yes, it does. I'm being picky about your words. Yes, it does. It does. I proved it. You didn't see the proof, but yes, it does. And it wasn't an update. I just went into the clock calendar at the bottom right corner of the screen and told it to update the date and time. It still had the month-old date and time. Did the update there, then I went back into BIOS and checked, and yes, it was current. Now, that doesn't happen on all computers. Older computers, Windows isn't able to talk to BIOS. CPU fan thermostatically controlled. What was he referring to there? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I think the reason for that CPU fan warning is just the connection for the CPU fan on this computer is it's not, maybe it's not on the right port or something. The CPU fan is working. CPU fan 6,000 RPM. Is that what it said when BIOS started up, that first warning message? Yeah, it was CPU fan, wasn't it? Okay, I got to get through this quicker because I got other things to talk about. Rand Israel, FAT32 can be converted to NTFS without data loss. Yes. Do we care about that in Josh's situation? Maybe. If he's got some old backups that he doesn't want to lose. So that could be. Josh says Saturday works for me, so we'll have a chance for that. Dennis has Premiere. Thanksgiving greeting. Thanksgiving, not sure which to choose. There are only two choices on the PC. I was looking at Ran Israel. There are only two choices on the PC I was looking at. So Alice has a PC that she was looking at, apparently. Is this video card benchmark? I think I'm probably not current. This would be comparing two video cards. Did I miss something that Alice was telling us about her choices? Oh, Intel UHD graphics better? I think Intel UHD, isn't that always integrated? Definitely want to have these. I think these are both integrated, aren't they? I'm not going to get that quick enough. But somebody pointed out, before I get too far in since we're on the subject of Alice, I think it was in channel comments over here. Yeah, Matthew Barnes saying a refurbished off-lease computer might be a good option for Alice if price is important. Absolutely. I didn't mention that yesterday, but when we're looking at Amazon and all-in-one desktop computers, some of these are going to be refurbished. So they're automatically going to show up in here without even searching for them specifically. But when we're looking through these as at price, some of these are refurbished computers. Now, sometimes it's a little difficult to find the documentation for that because it's not a standardized field anywhere. Does this say new or does it say refurbished somewhere? So Alice, when you're looking through Amazon listings, just be paying attention to that. The ones that you're looking at might be a refurbished computer or a new computer. And I'm absolutely comfortable with refurbished computers. I think that is a absolutely acceptable way to go and save a lot of money, but you want to be sure that it's got a dedicated graphics card. And then comparing one graphics card to another is done exactly the way that somebody showed us right here. Well, this is actually showing video benchmarks, but how does Alice do that? So I'm going to Control-C, copy that. If you just go to a Google search, Alice, and I'm going to actually go to google.com because I don't have the Chrome browser installed and I haven't set my default search engine. If you just put in the name of the two graphics cards that you're interested in with VS between them, meaning versus, and then hit enter, you're going to be able to find comparisons for those graphics cards. And so when you click on that link, some of them will be text descriptions like this is. If I go my back button and go to look at another one, let's see, you recognize some of these website names that give, oh, here's user benchmark. So this will be a more ranking, comparing specific features. And right up here, they're calling this one a 53 and calling this one a 58. When they consider all of the things combined together, they're preferring this one. But when you look at the details, you can see here's average scores regarding lightning, whatever that is. They give specific numbers here, and you can find significant differences in these details, or you can find maybe backwards, meaning the ones that overall showed lower is higher in certain things. But here we can see clearly that this Iris Xe is a higher ranking than the UHD. Now, when you look at this 58 versus 53, how much of a difference is that? You can get a better idea by looking at these details. These numbers on the right are much higher than the numbers on the left, whereas this number 58 compared to 53 didn't look like such a big deal. Now, I think what this is 58 out of, oh, these are votes. These are up votes and down votes they're looking at. Total votes, 58. So this must have been total votes, not between those two, but ranking all video cards. Both of these video cards are a little bit obsolete. This one came out in 2020. This one came out in 2017. So there's just a very quick, rough primer on how you can compare graphics cards for Alice. It's kind of scanning. Is it just me, or every time that Doug gets on one of my comments, suddenly bounces to another topic? Well, I have another topic to go to for your Ken that I haven't gone to yet. Danielle Emberly, my favorite song list for oldies. What do we got here from Danielle? The Great Gig Book, 1996 edition. I'm going to assume, let's see, what was that? Play all. So these are all the songs. A lot of oldies in here. Thank you for that, Danielle. First Trader with Top Songs. Oh, that was from me. Thank you for the link. Here's the full video. Dennis gave us a link for the full video. Although the trailer was created by someone else, sure have a lot of songs that use words that were relevant for waiting for a podcast to start. Now, something significant about that trailer, I haven't received any copyright hits on that. So I could actually use it during my live stream shows that are monetized. I want to come over here and show that. Let's see if I go to videos uploaded. See, there's no copyright hits on these. Come down to here. Here's the ineligible. This is where I got the copyright hits on some of those other trailers that had like the Beat Saber songs. But none of the trailers from those top hits get copyright hits, and I think that's because they're too short. Each of them are just a very brief piece. So anybody with monetized content on YouTube could use those on their monetized videos and live streams. Hint, hint. See if anybody catches that hint. Now, since I showed this channel comments, I should mention Martin Hogg's comment. I kept that for a while. Hi again, why no comments? And I think he's referring to that there was nobody else making comments on that video, and I think he's kind of trying to encourage people to make comments on my videos because it's helpful for the algorithm. If you'd like to do that, I appreciate it. Don't go out of your way. If you don't, I'm not going to worry about it. I have plans to boost the popularity of my channel that aren't going to be dependent on you guys doing stuff for me, going to places and clicking things, or even the like button and subscribe button. The main thing that's really important, as I've said many times, is that you watch my videos. That's the thing that is most useful if you watch my videos. Now, if you want to help my channel and you don't want to watch my videos, well, that doesn't make sense at all. So go watch things that you enjoy if you don't enjoy this channel. The main thing I care about, I don't want you feeling guilty for not clicking thumbs up or for not making comments or whatever. No guilt trips here. Just watch the show, assuming that you enjoy watching the show. That's the thing that I most appreciate. Thought it was created by someone else. Sure, have a lot of songs that use words that were relevant for podcasts to start. Almost sound deliberate, like someone was making a trailer. No, they were just the top chart songs by month. They weren't specifically for a live stream. That show I posted with Kent Rollins is a riot. You should watch it. It's probably a great example of a video. It's probably going to earn 1 million views, 24 hours. Ran to Alice. That narrows it down. Ken, yes, it does. It does. Sort of like a tree falls in the forest. No one around. It still does it make a sound. Not if Ken Stout's not around. Other people around, doesn't matter. If Ken's not there, it doesn't make a sound. That's been scientifically proven, by the way. My nose feels like it's growing with that one. I need to skip through a little bit. What else? I'm not all that far behind, but it seems like there was something else I want to show. Oh, yes. Something else I want to get to is another tab that I have up here somewhere. Oh, my gosh. Where is it? Yeah, this one. I'm going to play a piece of the Ken Stout show. Let's see. I got to turn on my internal audio so you can hear this.
In the systems tray saying I needed to reboot my computer due to an update. I didn't even click on that. I went over to the Microsoft logo. And
that's not the one I wanted to show. Where is it? Let's see. It's not these. It's not that. Where is it? Is it here? Yeah, it's here. The question that was coming up about Macrium Reflect.
It has to be megabytes.
I should
He
be
can't
able
have a
to know.
bigger, he can't have a
Excuse me.
bigger backup than he does the drive.
All right. This is the backup I just did.
You backing up something besides C?
Wait a sec. No,
Okay, so this was William, aka Bill. He was doing Macrium Reflect backup, and his question was, why does the backup take up more space? Why is its size larger than the amount of space on his C drive? He's showing here the amount of space used by his C drive of 492 gigabytes. Now, as we go forward, I'm going to 5 seconds forward at a time. He gets over here and shows the actual, what he calls the backup files. But then he comes, this is a case of burying the lead. He eventually says, well, the backup failed. It wasn't a successful backup. Well, that means it's not a true backup file, but he's showing here a temporary file, and that turns out to be really small. I don't think he ever shows us this, the size of this file over here that says backup running. Well, that backup failed. It never finished. So we don't know what the size of his backup file is because it didn't complete. And he tells us that the backup fails to complete. Well, you first got to go take care of that, Bill. So I'd like to have some pictures of in the Macrium Reflect backup when it fails. Show us the error message there. Show us what's going on there, because that's what needs to get fixed. Now, can a backup file size be larger than the amount of space used on your C drive? Absolutely, yes. Because if you're doing an image backup of the entire drive, and the entire drive has at least 2 or 3 other partitions on it that are small, unless you actually have another partition that is another data drive, and you're doing an image backup of that entire drive, well, yeah, that backup file is going to be larger than the space that's in use on your C drive. How else can it happen? Well, if you're having incremental backups or differential backups, they eventually get deleted when they're too old, and they'll get consolidated into the most recent full backup. Now, I'm not 100% clear that on this piece, but I think the way that it's working, and I've watched it a little bit, whereas if you have a full backup and then after that some incremental and some differential backups, when you have so many incremental and differential backups that your retention rules say you got to delete one of those, then it will take that file that it's about to delete and roll it into the most recent full backup. Now, the catch that I'm not quite sure of, does it actually roll it into the more recent incremental? I'm pretty sure it rolls it into the last full backup. So if you go check the size of your last full backup every day, you may find it growing by pretty significant sizes depending upon the size of your subsequent differential backups and your subsequent incremental backups. Now, for those of you who haven't been doing backups and kind of looking at them and understanding what differential and incremental is, that all just went in one ear and out the other and over your head and under the bridge and to Ken Stout's house. So let's get back to, did that cover everything? I think that covered as much as I was going to go there. Then another, I am over time. I was trying to respond to Ken Stout's question about the lists. I was telling Ken Stout in my Fortnite show that I was so sorry that he couldn't find his lists, and he was scratching his head. What list is Doug talking about? Well, it was from Ken Stout's show the night before my yesterday morning Fortnite, which meant 2 nights ago. So my intention was to go back to that video of Ken Stout's and get, I'm just not getting to it here because I got too many tabs open. Since I'm not redirecting somebody's show, I'll go ahead and do this. And Dennis, please put in the links for your premieres that you've got coming up. It's not quite, well, yeah, please do that. Here's Ken Stout's show. If I try to go back to his show from 2 days ago, let's see, this is the one from last night. And then this will be the one from 2 days ago. So my intention was to go back to that this morning and pull up the transcript and search for the word list, because he mentioned lists of things from Doug's last show that he was going to react to, and he couldn't find his list. So I was saying, I'm so sorry that you couldn't find your list. So I went over here to, let's zoom this down a bit, to the 3-dot menu to pull up the transcript. I was going to search for the word list, but transcripts apparently are gone. I went and looked on my prior videos. I went and looked on Carrie Holzman's prior videos. I did a Google search. Where are transcripts supposed to be? And it is supposed to be under the word report right here. There's supposed to be transcripts there. They're gone, as far as I can tell, from everywhere. And I haven't found any explanation for that. I am not happy about that. In the similar vein that Ken Stout was not happy that he almost got pushed into Windows 11. Zoom this back up. BIOS should dictate to Windows what the heck it's supposed to do. No, Windows is able to make changes to BIOS. Yes, a refurbished computer is an absolute fantastic option. What a great idea. Glad somebody brought it up. My method of covering that was I just took her to Amazon, looked for computers there. I did not point out that some of those are going to be off-lease return computers. Be careful to read the comments from people who have bought the computer before, because sometimes you find they're not happy with them. Those are both CPU, GPUs. Yes, they are. I thought they were. You're most likely going to want a dedicated graphics adapter. Now, on an all-in-one, the dedicated graphics adapter, it's not a board that you would put in and screw in place, but they are not built into the CPU. Yesterday, I tried to go to Leo Laporte's live website. It looks like Leo isn't broadcasting live anymore. And the reason for it, I don't exactly buy it, about declining viewership. It's interesting. Not broadcasting live, so they're uploading later. Well, no, I think they broadcast live on Twitch. Hasn't that always been the case? Yeah, that's always been the case. They were never broadcasting live on YouTube, and you know that because the way YouTube's videos has always been for Leo Laporte shows is he has a blurb at the beginning telling about what they're going to talk about during this show, whether it's Windows Weekly or Steve Gibson, and he can't record that until at the end of the show. When you watch his live broadcasts on Twitch, you'll see after the show is over, you actually see him record the blurb for the beginning of the show. It hasn't been live for a long time. The radio broadcast also is the main source of income. Anyway, it was shocking. Now, if you're saying he's no longer broadcasting live on Twitch, that I did not know about. But you're not even saying, oh, you're saying the live website. Live website. They're not broadcasting live. Well, I'll check that out. I didn't know that, if that's what you're saying. Long been on the radios, broadcast been on the internet. You come up with a number, at least 15 years, probably longer. You know who ruined the chat room is their moderators. Yeah, I agree with that. Their moderators are kind of heavy-handed. I'm going to scan through this. Referring to your time BIOS comment. Oh, Ken was... So much. Yes, it does sort of feels like tree falling. The tree falling, is that referring to my BIOS Windows? Man, that is really obscure. There's no connection there at all. Every time that gets to one of my contents, bounces to another comment. Yeah, Ken doesn't link his what he's hinting at very well. Okay, scanning. Whoops, never mind. Whatever. Oh, I think he thought I was about to go bouncing off topic again. I'm not scanning through. So there's a whole bunch there from Londog. I like that channel, Londog, whatever that one is. Scanning through. The broadcast main shows like Twit on YouTube. They will broadcast main shows like Twit on YouTube TV. I don't think they do that live. They upload them after the fact. They're edited. It has been done with the radio broadcast for 11 months. Costanza, excuse me, live, YouTube live, not TV. Go there now, you'll see this page. So here's the Twit TV live, looking for live content. Oh, okay, due to costs associated with hardware and software used to provide Twit live stream 24/7 to multiple streaming providers. Now he's talking about the 24/7 because yeah, they had it going nonstop. You could go onto their live stream and see an empty desk, nobody talking, and you could watch all of their background stuff. We will no longer stream reruns while not doing live production. We will strive to stream on YouTube as often as possible during live production of some of our shows. Yeah, so they've obviously made changes here. Yeah. All right, I did not know that. Okay, I think that's time to put this to bed. I'm caught up. I think I've covered all the topics that I wanted to. And if I didn't, oh well. Such a Doug. Did people put in their links? Dennis, did you get your link? Yeah, I see your Premier links. Thank you for putting those in. And hey, for those of you celebrating Thanksgiving Day, have a happy Thanksgiving Day. Enjoy your family, I hope, and just have a wonderful, heartwarming experience. All right, goodbye.